Hey everyone, the Artificial Trainer here. This is going to be probably the last in my series of different ways to connect to ComfyUI using RunPod. So let's spin up an RTX4090 here. If you need more information on RunPod, I have a bit more in-depth videos in my other videos. But essentially, we need to choose a template. I like to go with the simplest one that I can and then build on top of it. So this is PyTorch 2.4. Just a security reminder here. It's important to kind of keep an eye out for your own security. There's been a lot of breaches with ComfyUI in the past. Ultralytics, which is a super popular pip package, had a crypto miner installing on people's Linux machines without them knowing. There's been other various hacks. So just keep an eye out for that. So I am going to do a couple things here. So we want to increase our volume disk, give ourselves some more space for our large models. And then we also want to expose a port that we can basically allow the RunPod to provide ComfyUI over. So that's done. We want to make sure we have a Jupyter notebook available. And let's deploy. All right, so there is our pod. Let's connect to the Jupyter notebook when it comes up. All right, so now we need a fresh terminal, and we are going to install ComfyUI. Let's just grab the URL and clone it into our workspace. All right, now that we have it there, let's dive into the folder. All right, so we need to create a virtual environment. So to do that, we use python-m venv. And what that does is creates this venv folder. And then let's activate that virtual environment. Okay, you can see now that we have this venv on the left, that means our virtual environment's active, and we can install the requirements needed for ComfyUI. Pip install requirements.txt. And you can see we're basically this requirements.txt file is a list of pip packages. So we're telling telling pip to install all of the packages that are listed in that requirements.txt file. It's going to take a minute, and then I'll rejoin you when it's done. Okay, so now ComfyUI is installed. We just want to install the ComfyUI manager real quick. All right, and then remember that when we are installing custom nodes, they go into the custom nodes folder inside ComfyUI. Okay, and then so now that's installed, and I don't think that that this has a requirements. Oh, it does have a requirements.txt. So we just need to go into that folder real quick. Pip install -r requirements.txt. Okay, and I'm just backing out. You'll see I want to be at the ComfyUI folder as my root. And then this is the important part. So this is where we're going to actually attach ComfyUI to our port that we exposed in RunPod. So Python main.py to listen on port 3000. So 3000 is our port that we told it we're going to run HTTP service through. All right. Okay. So when we see this pop up, this means that we should be good to go, and we should be able to connect through. Yep, and we can see now it's this port 3000 is purple instead of orange like it was. So let's click on that. And we have ComfyUI. Okay, so let's just make sure that everything installed correctly. We'll install a Stable Diffusion 1.5 model. Maybe. And this is a very old, or well, 3 or 4 years now old model. So it's not going to be as good as Stable Diffusion XL or as Flux, but sometimes it's cool to go back and see the original tech that was released. All right, so now that we installed the model, we refresh. And then let's use the standard prompt, and there you go. So you can see it's not as crisp as some of the other models, but I mean for its time it was revolutionary. So we have Stable Diffusion 1.5 to thank for a lot of the tech that's out right now. All right, just one last note. I really prefer to use this method over using the templates, because this teaches you how the files are actually placed into the environment. If you just use the templates and you just install things through the manager, every time you spin up a new RunPod, you're going to have to go through that whole process, and it is extremely slow, extremely painful, and you're going to feel like you're burning money. So in the future, I'll show you how to create some shell scripts that allow you to spin up your pod even faster, and make the most out of your time and money, because every second you can save obviously saves you money. All right, well, that's it for this video, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll get to them as fast as possible, and I will talk to you all later.